Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Wait, what stage do you think we're going to go to this time, Graffiti?
Who knows? It might be Fortress Alliance for the Scythe.
Oh, that's bad.
Sandstorm actually bans out.
He bans as soon
Alliance,
as you say it.
I guess. But still, Sandstorm's pick of the Mirage. We talked about Zinquer like hand in hand. Sometimes you try to say one and you mean the other. Sometimes I try to say Zinquer's name and I'm saying like, "Hey, did you see Koji's set last night?" So, but Sandstorm's pick of the Mirage is kind of interesting because if you go back a little bit on his Twitter, I feel like I remember him saying like, "Oh, Mirage is disgusting, and you guys are not ready for the damage this woman can unleash upon the community." And I think for what I was saying, like, you do not want me to play her in a tournament. I think the seal is finally broken, and we're seeing the just how terrifying this character can be. And honestly, I believe it. Scythe, very hard to punish, especially when you put, I mean, let's just say it, probably the best Scythe player ever, or at least the person who revolutionized it. I mean, I'm going to quote one of the official casters here. How do you read the person who wrote the book?
Oh, that's hard.
In a fantastic spot right here. Spear's in a fantastic spot right here. Incredibly rewarding. Nice. But that D-Sig, I mean, Mirage also got some pretty good D-Sigs, and I mean, just signatures overall, and some matchup inexperience. Not a lot of people play Mirage, so those signatures, you can get away with murder with some of those. Trust me, that Scythe side sig, we're going to be seeing that KO at some point in time. I love it so much.
Yeah, very much. Mirage is a criminally underrated character. I know because I main her. Those D-Sigs are very strong, and the Scythe almost caught that dodge down. We know Sandstorm's a god off stage, so we'll see how he's able kind of to deal with Zinquer. Zinquer is able to recover back. Sidelight, D-Light recovery is going to set the stocks 2-2, but Mirage, a really good character. Kind of, you know, there is some matchup inexperience because not many people play her. You have to be wary of that down sig. And something people forget is her strength. She has extremely high strength, and with 8 strength Scythe, you knock out very, very quickly, especially when you take into account the force that some of those SIGs have. But Koji, also a pretty good character, you know, always pretty prevalent. The Dex makes it kind of hard to react to a lot of those combos, a lot of those attacks that Koji players love to throw out, like the Sidelight, D-Light. Ooh, GC Side Sig is very cheeky from Zinquer, but not going to connect to Sandstorm. Sandstorm, wow, in a blink of an eye. I told you, off stage, man. It's off stage crazy.
All right, I'm out.
Just taking Zinquer off the stage and off the side of the map was just like almost seamless. Well, game one's gonna go to Sandstorm.
So watching how fast Zinquer fell was, I mean, just okay. Here it is. Bye bye.
He knew it was doomed. He knew it was doomed. It's like,
yeah.
Back to Brawl.
Go next, indeed. Yeah, go next, indeed. We're going right back to the same map.
Yeah, these players are a lot of the times I see pro players just like, okay, well, that's one game. Time for game 2. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool to see like the thrill and excitement that these players have. They're so eager to get back in the game every time. And so we're seeing Sandstorm kind of use that spear I watched a little bit of the Winter Championship, and Sandstorm, man, what he's doing with that spear, I have never seen before. And like I said, I'm a spear main, so I'm taking my notes. Oh, get down there.
But we do have Zinquer giving some notes for all the Bow and Koji players out there to write down little notepads and focus on. You get to see Sandstorm had Zinquer red, maybe not entirely, but a considerable amount of last game. Side Sig is going to out, but it's not going to quite hit. It's going to be being a different finisher to punish the dodge that Zinquer put out to avoid that side Sig. A Sarah from Zinquer. Sandstorm. Spot Dare not quite gonna send a recovery, clashes against the recovery, but another recovery from Sandstorm will send Zinquer down to second stock, but the damage is already been done. Zinquer just needs a D-Light recovery to completely even out the game. 70 seconds in.
Yeah, what a clean knockout confirmed to kind of hit on Sandstorm to even up these stocks here. And we're just seeing, you know, the master of the blade work that blade onto Sandstorm, putting more damage, gonna catch that dodge down with a down air, chasing Sandstorm up into the air, and we're seeing Sandstorm kind of like, all right, now let's get some of this footing. Gonna catch that jump with a dash D-Light Sair, sending Zinquer off stage. Dash jump reverse dare is going to send Zinquer way down, and that dare with all the Mirage, with all the strength that Mirage has, is going to put Zinquer down. But Zinquer's going to fight his way back to the corner. Man, it's just a battle off stage right now. It's a battle for the wall with that Ooh, nice. Zinker's gonna fall down there and hit a nice little side air on Sandstorm, giving Zinker not a huge lead, but a lead nonetheless. Giving Zinker 2 stocks and Sandstorm 1 fresh stock.
And although we sung our praises about how good Sandstorm is off stage, and it's definitely very deserved, some of Sandstorm's best clips have just been, honestly, tap dancing on people off stage, but still, Zinquer is squaring up to this mid-air combat quite nicely. You can even see Sandstorm hesitant
Nice.
leads that are almost about to connect, but not quite. A lot of the KOs that Sandstorm has gotten this set, especially this game, have actually not really been leads, and you can tell that he is still digging deep for them. Sandstorm actually not playing too much of the spear. We really rarely see him play a bit of spear. A little bit of luck with the starting weapons, because that's random. That's but still a very good job of the weapon starting too, making sure that he always has Scythe, and that also means Zinquer has less options if Sandstorm is always weapon starving and doubling down at that. And like recovery not quite gonna KO. Oh, switches to spear to maybe try and get the KO here. A
GC D-Light?
GC D-Light will do it.
GC D-Light Sayer kind of just randomly. I know it's definitely calculated because Sandstorm, but kind of just thrown out there, catching Zinquer in the air. GC D-Light Cider is going to give set the score 2-0 in Sandstorm's favor. What a flawless knockout. Going back to Biden.
Yeah, that GC D-Light is something that I wish I saw more people do. I remember
you don't see that
I remember one time I used that against a friend, and they were like, I have never seen. I thought that was common, because there was a point in time I did that a lot in my gameplay. So it made me kind of sad to hear that, like, am I really one of the only ones doing that? That made me actually see it even goes for it again. I want to see that more.
Yeah, GC D-Light is definitely a slept-on option, and I don't know. I can just never hit it, so I never do it. But I love to see, like, Sandstorm is just such a creative player, and Zinquer is such a consistent player like that. Wow, catching that jump from Sandstorm is going to send Sandstorm down and off the map, giving Zinquer a pretty suitable lead on Koji. And lights out, weapon throw, nice. Playing some good neutral here.
Yeah. Ooh. Sandstorm actually put the spear to good use. Maybe the first game was just a little bit too close. Or maybe he's trying to keep Zinquer on his toes. I don't know. Maybe he kind of finally started to catch on. Like, okay, Zinquer started to really fight his way around my scythe. Can't let him completely learn. I gotta, like, didn't expect that, did you, Goober? Ha! Just out the spear for a little bit. I don't know. But now we're back on this. A lot of this set so far has been scythe into sword. Still, Zinquer has been able to get some pretty good punishes and has always been able to flat Sandstorm. When it comes to actually like messaging first, and Sandstorm has really been kind of maintaining the speed of the conversation, and Zinquer has really been doing a lot of those like shortened replies, while Sandstorm is never willing to try to like extend his sentences, and maybe not quite paragraphs as used to seeing him type out back in the day. He is still. I mean, those fingers are moving fast.
Yeah, and what great analogy, by the way. In literal sense too, Sandstorm does have some pretty fast fingers enabled for him, in order for him to input those movements and attacks he's doing. And I love to see Sandstorm kind of, everyone loves Sandstorm for that like sporadic, crazy scythe read gameplay, but what people don't notice is Sandstorm has incredibly good movement and is not only able to read his opponent on scythe, but also kind of, chip away at them is what we're seeing mostly on this game. Like, we haven't seen any huge reads like we kind of did see in that first game where Sandstorm took Zinquer off the edge, but we're seeing Sandstorm slowly chip away at Zinquer. But a GC D-Light ground pound is a great way to confirm a knockout on the Sandstorm, saying the stock's 1-1, but Zinquer is kind of bleeding out a little bit. Is looking, it's red now, it's only going to get redder, and the redder it gets, wow, it's dodge and read, nice. Dodge in.
I mean, hey, you called it earlier. You dodge in? That's it.
Yeah, it's wraps. Don't dodge in against Sandstorm, especially.
Yeah, and just in case some people in chat might not be aware, there are some weapons that you should probably just not dodge in against. Scythe is definitely one of them. Spear is occasionally one of them.